friend, I am on a emotional roller coaster.
Loving you ain't nothing healthy.
Loving you was never good for me.
Yes, friend.
Listen, y'all, shout out to Vivian Green, right?
What a great vocalist.
Listen here, if anybody's on an emotional roller coaster like myself, just know that at some point you got to get off, right?
Yes, unless you fast enough for the ride.
I mean, I guess.
With my emotional roller coasters, honey, I am the conductor.
Ooh, okay, friend.
I'm just saying.
I hear you.
All right. They don't call me Universal Studios for nothing.
They sure don't, honey, because you're a ride, a real ride.
Well, speaking of vocalists,
tricks and everything.
Speaking of vocalists, friend, the Grammys. Did you watch the Grammys or did you?
I did not have a chance to watch the Grammy. I did recap. I seen some nice moments. Oh, that was cute.
Congratulations to her, John Legend, Megan Thee Stallion,
and the great.
You talking about Beyonce?
Of course.
The Queen Bee, 28 Grammy wins, the most awarded person who was an artist.
Yeah.
That was pretty 79, I believe, nominations. Congratulations to Blue Ivy, her daughter, for Brown Skinned Girls. My nieces love that song. It's a very great motivational song of just loving your skin that you are in for my ladies.
It is. So, awesome things that happen at the Grammys. I know we haven't had the best history there. So this time around, it was good to see things happen.
Right. And we have to shout out Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah,
who won her Grammy, the second African American woman to do so since Whoopi Goldberg. I think in the 1990s. It was so far along.
Right.
Too long of a wait, if you ask me. So congratulations to you. I read her book, The Last Black Unicorn, and I loved it.
It was good on Audible too.
Yeah, that's because you get to hear the voice,
right.
And even how she said as if she's on stand up, and you get to listen to that. So congratulations, and even to our independent artists who done the damn thing at the Grammys.
Okay.
So, friend, we sprang forward since we last talked. How are you adjusting to the time change?
It's been cute. It is lighter, longer. It gets dark later. So that's nice. I'm adjusting to it being darker in the morning just because I enjoy the sun kind of helping me to wake up. But nowadays, it takes a little longer to get
up. I thought it's light outside when I wake up, friend.
That's because you wake up probably late. You don't be doing that.
I be up at 6 in the morning. All my friends know I be get up with the roosters.
I hear you.
But I do miss that hour of sleep. I've noticed a difference, but I do not miss it getting dark at 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
looking like it was 10:30 outside at night.
Yeah, you feel like the day is over.
So, but speaking of spring forward, that STEMI check hit.
Okay.
That stimulus. Congratulations to people who were able to lobby and members of Congress for the American Rescue Plan, and hopefully it will help people in need. I see a lot of memes about it. Guys, don't spend all the money in one place. Save it if you can. If you can.
Right, because there's bills to be had and paid, so hopefully they're doing that.
Yeah, and hopefully we get back to operating everywhere where people can go back to work and not have to rely too much on the government's help.
That's true.
With that, yeah, because you just never know what it would be with a change, increase, or decrease. So, all right, friends, did you catch the Meghan Markle?
I did.
What'd you think?
So I was able to sit down, me and my grandma in a whole nother state. So I was told, I called her, I said, girl, interview tonight. So, I mean, overall, it's unfortunate, but it's not surprising, right? As to the things in which she was saying, because, at the end of the day, she is a woman of color, and make no mistake about it, even with you being across going overseas, right, you still colored and the racism is still there. So I'm glad to see that they are standing on their own 2 feet, not relying on them for things. But it is unfortunate how they had to maneuver within a situation, out of situation. So,
right. And I haven't watched the interview, but I read about it.
Right.
In the articles. I don't have OWN. I'm a streamer.
Okay.
And OWN is not part of my streaming plan.
Right.
But shout out to you, Oprah. But what I read, it was like not of surprise, but of I'm glad that she and Harry decided to remove themselves from that situation. And kudos to Tyler Perry for helping them out, and Serena Williams and people just coming together to support them. And I am a fan of the work of Princess Diana. I'm a historian. I love history, and seeing what she's done for the AIDS community and humanitarian work, and to see him do that. I remember him getting an HIV test with Rihanna in Barbados, Prince Harry. So I wish the best of luck to them, and I'm glad that she did. They both spoke about mental health, and it's for anybody, no matter how rich or royal you are. That is something that is pretty deep and serious.
Oh yeah, I thought that was important. And the whole takeaway from the story outside of the racism is to take care of your mental health. And I hate that she didn't have, the outlet there to kind of get through that. But now they are over here living life in California, and keeping moving.
Yeah, it was before we wrap up our little catching up. I watched the Prince Harry on James Corden.
Okay.
It was instead of like a karaoke card that they do, he did the bus for showing Prince Harry around, and he went to the Fresh Prince of Bel Air mansion, and they sung this song and everything like that. So I thought that was kind of cute.
Yeah. So made light of
it. So, friend, we been grownish before we started the show.
We did. I need to catch up. Well, it's always cute. I love how they take the messages and really work in there, because it's a lot of real life situations. The last episode, which I forgot the name of it, but we were sitting here and I told a friend, I said, I'm triggered. I am triggered. I was like, Fred, you want me to turn? Right. He was like, you want me to turn out? I was like, no, I got to get through it, because I literally had the same type of situation before. And it was very traumatizing for me, which is why therapy is important. But no, they do an excellent job of bringing issues, real life issues, to the forefront. And I often forget they're even in college, right?
Yeah, yes, we were just talking about that.
Because you have so much, you have fun and it's levels of immaturity, but it's a lot of maturity going on.
Right. I do feel like some of the relationship talk is mature for like people our age, or if you're engaged, not in college. Because I just feel like in college you just have the world as an oyster to really nibble and dabble, feel like what you like, what you don't like. And I don't think you should get tied up in a relationship with that. But here I am, and I was in one. So I get it.
Yeah, it's a whole setup. So yeah, that was real cute. In addition to that, everybody has seen
what we seen.
We seen Kurt Franklin and in the spat with his son, which was an older spat, like I think from 2018, but
it wasn't recent.
It wasn't recent. I think it was something that his son recorded to kind of keep on hand. But the one takeaway I got out of that was, I break your neck, nigga. Like, it just was very strong, But at the end of the day, Kurt Franklin is only human. We fall short of grace all the time, and so I didn't stand in judgment in hearing everything that he had to say as he kind of stepped out of the character that we know. We also don't know the conversations that were had beforehand. So we don't know what drove him to kind of get there, but I find it real sad, honestly, that they have that so much of a horrible relationship with each other. So my prayer is that it just all turns around, right? But as far as Kirk Franklin's actions and things go, at the end of the day, like I said, the man is human. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is just he steps in his pants just like we step in our pants. Mm-hmm. So I'm not passing the judgment there. Is I very obviously had a weak moment, mm-hmm. and it just took him to a place of rage. So yeah, it's unfortunate everything kind of come to light because you want those types of things, especially when it deals with your family. You want those things to be private, right? And that was unfortunate. What you think, Brian?
So, friend, that's great. I don't think, like some people say, family business is state family business. I totally agree with that. Mm-hmm. Especially if you're saying that it's something that he held on to. Right. It's like to get at your dad. And for me, I feel like that's sometimes how parents and children talk. Yeah. Not children, excuse me, grown.
Yeah, he's grown.
Men and women talk amongst their parents sometimes. I mean, we've all had our disagreements with a family member or with a parent. Mm-hmm. I've had them with my dad before. I had them with my mom. It's trying not to push those boundaries because I think, as I was telling a family member, is your parent knows what pushes your button,
right?
As you know what may push your parents' button, or whoever is your caretaker. I don't feel like he really needed to apologize. There's a lot of people who feel that way as well. We are children of God just because he has a record deal and he preaches and he ministers and things like that. He still is a human being as we are. Mm-hmm. And I also believe that just because he's Kirk Franklin on stage as you know him, right. He also is a man, as your grandma has pointed out. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, if a teacher is a teacher, when she clock out, she ain't teach when she go home.
Right.
She's something, you know what I'm saying? So it's different from your profession and your personal life. Mm-hmm. And so I hope that they get the help and counseling that they need. I hope he loses no sponsorship or anything dealing with this. But I understand. I've had those conversations on both ends, me and family members of me. But you don't go and release. I just feel like it was provoked for you to go and grab the recorder.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing when you got the recorder. Mm-hmm. Unless it's like something real serious, I need to record this conversation because I'm fearful of my life.
I think, well, I mean, he said that before that he, mm-hmm. Is fear for his life in the presence. But I also think a lot of it is stemming from hurt, right? Mm-hmm. Like whatever hurt that has happened in that relationship is very much at the forefront. Mm-hmm. So getting to the core of that and getting everybody to kind of get on one accord, it's just going to be tough. And mm-hmm. that's why it's important to recognize when you have issues like that. And I think he even said that they were trying to work through therapy and stuff.
Yeah,
So it is what it is. It was definitely some hard choice words in there, but nothing I haven't heard before. So I'm like, hey, it is what it is. It just so happened that it came out of a public figure and walk by faith. Kirk Franklin, but that doesn't make him any different from anybody else.
Doesn't change my perception of him. I still praise and worship to his music.
Yeah, because your walk is your own. Mm-hmm. It's no one else's. Yeah. You listen to him for inspiration, or you might, but it's still your walk. So yeah,
walk. All right, friend. Thank you for that. So we're gonna move on to our Kings and Queens segment, and we have a queen that will join us on the show to promote her book with her son. I can, I will, I'm a leader. Mm-hmm. But before we get to the queen, even though we believe ladies first, of course, we're going
ladies first.
We're gonna go ahead and go with the king, and this one is actually coming out of Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. It's a Pennsylvania state representative, Malcolm Kenyatta. Mm-hmm. He's a Democrat from Philadelphia. He is a gay, up-and-coming politician in the Democratic Party. He has announced he is running to be the Commonwealth's next U.S. Senator in 2022. Kenyatta believes he will become, the second openly gay state representative and the first gay black state representative in Philadelphia's history in 2018. If he is successful, He'd become the first out gay male senator, as well as the first black LGBTQ senator elected to public office. He would also become the fourth black U.S. senator in the body and only the 12th in history to serve. His fight for the increase of minimum wage has made national headlines during a council meeting earlier this week. The brother went in on them to say, "Hey, we need more than some 7.25 in minimum wage," and they were not trying to hear that. But he stood his ground, and you heard his passion. So that is our king.
Yeah, and you said earlier. You said if he is successful, we're gonna say when.
Hey, come on.
We speak things into existence.
Speak things. Be not through that word, friend.
Yeah, you speak things into existence. So we're gonna say when he is successful. So when he hears this, and he come back and bless us with his presence.
Amen. So friend, when you hear like the first, the fourth, only the 12th, and we're in 2021.
Right.
What comes to your mind? Like, what is taking you guys so long to get with the program that just because someone is gay or black does not make them any less qualified?
Well, I mean, it's just unfortunately it is the state of the United States, and yes, this is supposedly to be the land of the free and all these different things, and but it's a lot of history here, and we are still overcoming so much of damage done from that history and that past. So, yeah, we're in 2021 and we are still breaking barriers like this, and we have to continue to do that because it's just, it it's overdue. It is overdue, and it's important that we be in that space. So, shout out to him. I hope that everything goes well, and I want to continue to say when it happens.
When, friend? Soon and very soon. All right, friends. So now we're going to move on to our Queen segment. For this Queen segment, I wanted to shout out a dear friend, sister from another mister, and former roommate back when I lived in Tyson's Corner, Alexandria Bately. She and her son, Aaron, have a book coming out called I Can, I Will, I'm a Leader. This book is inspired by a poem she wrote for her 4-year-old son, Aaron. Her goal for this book is to teach her son that anything he sets his mind to is possible. This is a book of positive words of affirmation to a young black boy from his mother and grandmother. Some of the proceeds of this book will go to the Multiple Sclerosis Foundation in support of finding a cure. Their book is available for pre-order now and ships April 6th. To learn more about the book and also to purchase the book to support this fellow queen, go to HudsonDawnPublishing.com. That's HudsonDawnPublishing.com. Take a listen to the interview we did with Alexandria and her son Aaron. All right, so we have our special guest, Alexandria Bately. How you doing, love?
I'm doing well, bro. How are you?
I'm doing good. I want to say congratulations on your book coming out.
Thank you so much. It really means a lot to me.
It means a lot to see you doing the damn thing, girl. I mean, I'm so proud of you and Aaron. And your family.
Thank you so much. Just trying to follow your footsteps. I'm so proud of you, and thank you for having me.
Of course. So in the semi-introduction about the book, you talked about a poem that inspired you to write to your son, and that later became the influence for this book. What inspired you to write this poem to your son?
Well, it's just really empowering him. Like at a young age, kids always say, well, they can't do something, or they think they can't do certain things. So me and my mother would always encourage him, you can do it, and you will do it, and you will become a leader. So it just kind of went into just positive words we would say to him. And I sat down and said, maybe I could kind of put a little poem together and we could work on that, because repetition is very big with children. And as you keep saying things and put those positive words in kids, they start to believe it. So actually the book, everything in the book are the words from the poem. So it's just kind of like, first I said I want to do a poem, and then I said I've always inspired to write a children's book, and I said, how can I, ask my son to believe in himself more than I believe in myself? So it kind of inspired me to do the things I needed to do as well.
Awesome. Okay. Did you face any challenges while developing the book? Did you have writer's block, and you have trouble finding a publisher?
Well, no writer's block, because once I sat down, it just flowed. I guess when you really find what you love, it's not hard. It's not work. So I wrote the first one. I wrote the second one. I wrote the third one. So that part wasn't the hard part. I just didn't know where to start. I lost my job due to the pandemic, but that was a blessing because I had time on my hands to start a project that I've been putting off for so long. But I didn't know where to start. So just looking on actually social media, adding myself to different writers, different blogs, different communities, just kind of seeing where I could start. And then I fell into the hands of a mentor who was on the same Facebook children's book page that I joined. And I reached out, and thank God, that he responded. And his name is Marcus Gamble. I will always be indebted to him, but he kind of told me where to start and how to move forward with my project, because it's hard when you don't know what you're doing and you've not been privy to doing something, that you're ignorant to the process of things because you've never done it before. So he kind of let me know what to do, how to do it, where to start, and then I just kind of went from there.
So you kind of like networked. So you stepped outside of the box and got someone to help and support your vision.
Absolutely. Sometimes people are scared to just ask questions because you feel like maybe you'll come off stupid, or you're just nervous and scared. But I wasn't. I just said, you know what, if this is something I really want to do, then I will be okay with asking for help. And that's what I did. And everything just kind of fell into place. And he led me to a great illustrator, and the illustrator led me to a great publishing company. So it's all just been kind of falling into place because I had faith and I believed in myself that I could do it. Because I'm thinking I can't keep telling my son all these great inspirations and words of encouragement, and I'm not doing it myself. And I think sometimes as people, we are so good at pushing others and encouraging others, and we forget to do it for ourselves.
Yeah, it's okay to be your own cheerleader.
It is. It is absolutely okay.
Awesome. I love that. I also love the images. They are amazing. What was Aaron's reaction when he saw the finished product?
Oh, he is ecstatic because all of the images are based off of things that we've done. Like over the summer, he spent a lot of time with me because of the pandemic. He was homeschooled, and then he started going back to school. But we were able to really focus and have fun and do a lot of different projects together. And so you'll see different images in the book that me and Aaron actually did together, and I wanted to display that. And how, you just kind of become a kid yourself all over again. We had so much fun doing different things, but also encouraging him to do more and to learn and to grow. So he was just ecstatic, and he was like, Mommy, we did this or we did that. So he was just so happy to see the different activities he did in this book.
Awesome. You mentioned you had lost your job during the pandemic and other avenues that you took to inspire yourself as well as your son. Do you have a message or words of encouragement to the single mothers out there juggling work, health, and parenthood?
Just to not give up, and when things seem like they're at their worst, it's obviously a door opening for you to receive all the blessings and for things to be coming to their best. So I just feel like just not giving up, because I did lose my job, but I looked at the brighter side of it. I get to spend all this time with my son that I would not have, and now I am working. and everything's coming all at once, which is a little overwhelming. But even with receiving blessings, it's what I asked for. So I can't give up now either. I have a full-time job. I'm raising my son. I have a new book coming out, and I have a lot of things going on. But this is the blessings that I asked for. So no matter what you're going through in life, as long as you have faith and you stay true to yourself and what you believe you deserve, then those blessings will come. And it's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to sit back and take a breath and just take some you time. I had to really learn to take some me time. Moms are always busy giving, giving, giving. Mm-hmm. It's okay to be selfish, just to breathe, and then get right back to it so that you can be your best self for your children and for yourself. So that's my what I would like to share with people, especially with having an autoimmune disease. You just really have to take care of yourself so that you can take care of others.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Those are great words of encouragement for the mothers out there. And my last question will be so the activity book is called I Can, I Will, I'm a Leader for your young Black boy from his mother, which is you, and his grandmother. In what other ways do you think we can help support our young Black men to see the leaders they are in themselves?
I think just encouraging them to be the best that they can be within themselves, not setting standards or stipulations. It's like, you have to do this, you have to be this, you have to go here. Kind of listening to our young Black men and our boys, and focusing on what they love to do and encouraging them. I know that even with me growing up, it was really a lot about women empowerment and Black girl power. And I want to give that same encouragement and same influence to my son as well, to show him that of course he is great as well. He can do whatever he wants and sets his mind to, but I have to realize that he is his own person. I need to support that and support him in whatever he chooses to do. So I think just really, really listening and giving, your best that you can for them, just trying to do what you can to help them be the best they can be. Because sometimes we get stuck in our own ways. We don't really learn to listen and learn to be compassionate and learn to be supportive. So.
Yes. I mean, sister, you laid it out. And your testimony, your encouraging words, very powerful. Aaron is very, very blessed to have you as his mother. And I am very blessed to call you sis.
Thank you.
No problem. I want to thank you for taking the time with me and Ken for our Kings and Queens segment. Friends who are listening, I Can, I Will, I'm a Leader. The activity coloring book is available for pre-order now and ships April 6th. Go to hudsondawnpublishing.com to learn more and to get your book, because I am going to get mine. Thank you, sis, and I will call you later.
Thanks, bro.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks so much.
Of course. Bye, love. And here's a message from Aaron.
I can, I will, I'm a leader.
All right, friend, now it's time to pop the cork. So, friend, what are you going to pop the cork for us today?
So, pop the cork is today I got my vaccine.
Which one, friend?
This is the first dose of the Pfizer. So, I got an email a few days ago for the vaccine to schedule an appointment. And so I was able to get one the next few days. I believe it was like 2 days. So I went, won't be sharing location and stuff because y'all don't even know where I live or where I am. But so when I got there, it was raining, it was a line, and the line was actually moving pretty swiftly. So I mean, everything went well. I got the shot, and they had a area where you sit and kind of wait to make sure you're not having any reactions. And as I was sitting there, this young man beside me, he looked like he was in college. All of a sudden, he passed out in his chair and fell on the floor. And I had a fit. I said, "Oh hell no!
Oh no, friend!"
Because I was like, I just got this shot. I don't like what is happening here. So people were freaking out. They called the help over the clinic staff, and then they ended up placing him on the stretcher. He was alert. He was talking and things of that nature. So I do hope that he's okay. But yeah, I just sat there and was like, said a little prayer and like I pray that I'm not next to be passing out in here. But everything went well. So, the next 3 weeks, in 3 weeks, I have the second dose. And I look forward to that simply because, I'm not one to be wilding out here and doing whatever, but I'm excited to be able to have that as an additional shield, right? I have my grandmother who I love dearly and my great grandmother. Everybody is in the process. My grandmother has already gotten both her doses. My great grandmother is in the process of getting her second dose. And so I have family members that are older that I'm very close to, and I'm happy to see they get vaccinated. And I just continue to pray that everybody else around me are able to have that same protection if they so choose. I hope that they do choose that. And yeah, so far, I mean, everything has been okay. Frank has been here with me to make sure that I'm not having any side effects. I do feel a little sleepy, but
are you changing the
right?
tinsel?
I do feel a little sleepy, but yeah. So for those who are waiting to get the vaccine, it is coming around. Just continue to, as I always tell y'all guys, to wash your hands, wear your mask, even after you get the vaccine. To still be careful. But I do look forward to being able to go and hug up on my grandmother and my great grandmother. Because I haven't been able to do that. I'm not gonna cry, but I haven't been able to do that.
Okay.
And I look forward to that. Right. So yeah, we're getting there.
Friend got tears.
I do.
He loves his family.
Yes,
He does. Friend, we didn't have a crying episode yet.
We not have crying.
I didn't even get. Friend.
Oh goodness!
This is raw, friends.
It is how we do. I am not that type, but when it comes to family, especially people you're close with, and though it's the little things that when they're taken away from you like that, it's just like, oh my God, like I can't even like have a. So it is a bit touching, but I'm bringing it back, y'all. I'm bringing it back.
It's okay. We all family here.
Of course. But I'm pretty sure, just like I am experiencing this, so many people, especially in our communities of color, our Black communities, we are all close knit, and it doesn't matter who raised you. Just if you have that type of relationship, you have been longing to, get back to some of your normal. So I'm longing to get back to some of my normal that I'll be doing sometime this summer. Still gonna, follow the guidelines to the best of my ability, but I look forward to it. So that was about the court, and Fran is tomorrow. So he's going to get the vaccine tomorrow in the morning.
Any pointers, friend? Do I have to lift up some dumbbells and get this arm ready for this shot?
Right. They say that you may have a little bit of soreness. I haven't experienced that. Maybe it'll come maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure. But for the most part, you should be fine. You should be fine overall. So we're going to move on to what we're drinking.
Friend, tell our friends.
They're not going to believe. They're not going to believe it.
Judge us.
They are not going to believe it.
No.
We are drinking water on the rocks. And the reason why we're drinking that is because I had a procedure a couple of weeks ago. So I'm not able to drink for a little while. So Fran is supporting me. He's been a loving friend, and he's like, if you can't drink, I can't drink. So we both are sitting up here, right? So we're both sitting here with water on the rocks. But you know what? You actually probably need some. Water is important. We drank a lot. We drank a lot of wine, so water is important right now.
I'm gonna call this the finest purified drinking water, and I do believe this. It has this taste of aroma,
okay,
a good aroma, and I believe it comes from the great land of a Harris the Teton. Harris the Teton, if you want us to sponsor, please sponsor us because we're drinking the water.
I love Harris Teeter.
Them $5 sushi Fridays
really?
is the business.
Are they? Mm-hmm. So that's what we're doing right now. But so we're not, we're instead of us grabbing our glass, which Jeanette said, we're grabbing our plastic bottles.
We don't have.
I don't even know if we can make a sound. Can we make a sound? Oh, you heard it.
We'll recycle.
Yes, we definitely will recycle.
This is one of the finest plastic bottles I've seen.
You are hilarious. But yeah, no, I appreciate my friends supporting me in this journey. And as far as the procedure goes, I'll share that in the next episode as to what's been happening there. But just know that I'm good. I'm highly blessed, and I look forward to the journey that I'm taking. So, moving into grab your glasses.
Or plastic
bottles, as we're doing.
It's my topic. And I wanted to talk about leadership because we just had an interview with my sister for her book, who is Alexandra Batesley, who says, for her book, she has, I am a leader for her young Black son who is 4 years old, and an inspiration, just her story, me knowing her on a personal level, and also with our friends hearing her story on a professional level and personal as well on the show. I was like, let's talk about what does it take to be a leader, primarily for men of color.
Okay.
And I wanted to call this segment Leading from the Black, because when I had noticed when I go through DC and I see the school tours and things, I see some of the African American kids in the back of the line, and they're comfortable there in a way. I'm not thanking for them, but I noticed that trend, and I said, no, we are leaders. You know what I'm saying? We can lead a group. Right. We can lead a conference. We can lead various amounts of things, as we talked about with Malcolm Kingetta. So I wanted to just touch on leadership on this segment for our show. So, friend, what do you think it takes to be a leader?
It takes love in a village. And the reason why I say that is because, it's important to believe in ourselves, and a lot of people are able to be their own cheerleader. However, when you have a strong background of family ties or friends that can also support you in that light, it is uplifting. It is encouraging for someone to say you can do this, and I know you can because you have so much to offer. And with that comes a love, unconditional love with the people that you are around to help uplift you in that light. That's what I see it being. I don't necessarily, like I said, it's easy to say that you can uplift yourself on your own, but it's so much strength in having people around you who share the same, goal or set up to help with that uplift. To say, and once you find your own, that's what's important. Or that's what you remember as you continue moving in the journey, as you continue, on your path in leadership with whatever you're going to do. Your background is what's pushing you. And maybe I'm just speaking for myself, but that's what I think it takes. It takes your support system, and it takes the love that you get from that support system in order to be a true, genuine, and strong leader.
Yeah, I totally agree to that. You have a support.
Yes.
I think a leader, as you said, with village, is to know when you need to use that village.
Yeah.
When you need to have that talk with your village, because you think of people who own their own businesses or who own their own church or things like that. They need that support as well. And so, my mom will always say, Jamal, you are the head and not the tail, above and not beneath.
Right.
And you need leaders need that, and you don't necessarily have to have a title, CEO, director, to be a leader. I think leadership is how you deal with pressure,
yes,
challenges, when things go wrong,
right,
and also when things go right. I think being a leader, especially for our black men and also our women as well, is people expect. For me, I believe that you come out as a leader. No, you have to be trained. You have to be built as a leader to really lead, as we're taught to walk.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm taught to move from our mother's wombs to knowing how to eat and take care of ourselves. You are taught those things, and it also takes that training to be a great leader that you want to be, and to understand that sometimes you ain't gonna always be a good leader every day.
That's true.
And that is primarily what people fails, that we always, as Alexandria said, is that we feel like we always have to be on top.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's okay to fall back, or to say, this was a challenge, I learned from it, now what do I do?
Right, and you hit that on the nail. A great leader knows how to take their mistakes or their challenges and learn from them. And it's also about being humble. It's about being able to say, "Hey, I know that I am not the greatest, or I know I'm not as knowledgeable in this topic, but doing what you need to do to get there." And so when you have a following, you want to be able to have that trust. And so in the black community, it is important for our young black males to have that mindset of, hey, I do see myself as a leader, but I also can understand that I may have failures, and I need to be able to process that and just work through it. So I look forward to the generation now and to come, because I know that it's just so many talented people out there that can really make change in this world. They're doing it now, and they will continue to do it.
Look at the changes being made.
Yeah, so I look forward to that.
And I think to understand whatever you may be going through, as far as you are trying to build police reform,
right,
or voting registration, or leading a company, or whatever the case may be, is to understand that it doesn't happen overnight.
It doesn't.
And to understand that it's a process. Some of the greatest accomplishments has happened due to failures, of people who did not give up. And I say that to myself as I say this to our friends who are listening. So we just want to encourage people to just take time to see the leader that you are within yourself. Don't compare yourself to anybody else.
That's true.
Love yourself. See how you can be an influence, not only to your life, but to someone else's, and to acknowledge when it is the time to rely on your village. And, not necessarily always. Even the chiefs and kings needed their people. So it's no different from us. So that's all I have to say about it.
I mean, don't give up. I mean, I haven't given up. I'm a leader on OnlyFans, and I have not given up. And now I am just top. I'm getting that money every month.
What?
And
we're gonna talk about this after the show.
I'm just teasing with y'all. Y'all know I have my OnlyFans moment, but yes.
I understand. You talking about like the ceiling fans?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I be swinging from the ceiling fans too. No, I'm just kidding. I am just kidding. But yes, no, I think it's a great. You so silly. It's a great topic, and shout out to all of the up and coming and emerging black leaders in our
community. Keep Black Parade.
Keep going.
So I am going to pour that out.
What are we pouring out?
Friends, so I'm going to pour out the rise in hate towards Asian Americans.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
Since the COVID had happened, there's been an uptick in the hate. I'm talking about people literally punching them in the face off the streets and things.
And we've experienced, I mean, as a person of color,
we
a
have,
black
yeah.
man, we've experienced the same type of hate, if not worse. But it doesn't make it right. So, and my thing is, I'm not really understanding how where the hatred is coming from, because it seems like they're like
stuff.
Yeah, but it seems like that the person that they're walking to, like, you made COVID. Like, I'm like, what is happening here? And it's very unfortunate, and you fear for the safety. I have a friend that's in Orlando, and he's of Asian descent, and I fear for his safety, because he's in a position that's customer facing, and you never know if somebody's gonna come in there that's enraged, and doing the same things that they've been doing around the country. So, I feel for Asian Americans. I really hope that whatever's happening ceases.
Yeah. For
Because
all the hate that
for
goes
all of
on,
the hate,
from the police brutality to other racial incidents dealing with all colored descents in America. It's unfortunate, and I think it's not even just in America that's happening. Canada and other parts, and it's unfortunate. And what happened in Atlanta is sad. There's a story of it may have been racially motivated, or addiction, motivated. I don't know. I'm not reading. I read the news, but the in depth of the reports, I don't know. I do believe it was racism part of it. But the trend now that's going around, the hashtag is Stop Asian Hate.
Yeah.
And I've seen marches and parades. I think we all, despite what our skin color is and our background is, have the stance for equality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That goes for Asian Americans, Black Americans, Hispanic Americans, and others, to stand for, I want to be treated fairly and right. I want to be protected.
Right.
Right. So this is the pour it out for the rise in hate towards the Asian American community. Yeah. Well, thank you, friend. My motivational quote, friends, before we close out, with the help of my wonderful Ken. So my motivational quote comes from the great Denzel Washington, who I believe is an amazing leader and an amazing actor as well.
And his son is up and coming.
He is doing an amazing job.
Malcolm and Marie.
I have not seen that yet. I am
behind
on some movies.
Yeah, so take a look at that. Just as a plug, it's going to be very emotional driven.
Ooh. So my trigger,
you may have a trigger in that, but it was beautifully shot. And Zendaya is just
just doing her
thing. She is a goddess, right? She does every she's great. So in addition to watch as Mr. Washington himself, kind of emerge out the scene. I thought that was pretty awesome. So, take a look, just a little plug.
All right, I might watch it on my vacation. When I can have a real bottle.
Yes.
So my motivational quote is from Denzel Washington. You never know who you touch. You never know how or when you'll have an impact, or how important your example can be to someone else. Okay, you just never know who is watching and who you touch. So keep that in mind for those who are leaders and looking to become a leader. Don't forget to check out the book, I Can, I Will, I'm a Leader, Hudson Don Publishing.com. Go ahead, my friend. Tell us where they can follow us.
Yes, so you can follow us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, JamalSGordon.com, Spotify, anywhere you can get your podcast. You can follow me on OnlyFans. And,
HomeDepot.com.
Right.
And type in fans.
Right. Type in fans. And we will be back yet again with another episode. And until then, you guys, as I always say, continue to wear your mask, wash your hands, work to get that vaccine if you can, because we all want to enjoy our summer and have some sense of normalcy. So if we do what we can now, we can do that. So take care. Anything you need to say, Brian?
Love you guys. Thank you so much for the support as always. You can play us out. I love you.
Okay.
Bye.